The following takes place between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Welcome back to Animal House Radio. It is now 1987. You gotta love how quick I am. Ladies. I gotta tell you, before we keep going, Entourage on HBO, the best show ever made. I can't stop watching that show. It is amazing. Okay? This show is so good, it would probably turn Nicola. Mike knows what I mean. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So we just sent a text message over to Janelle, and waiting to see if she'll go through with that. I sent her a second one. Did you see the second one? No. Oh, she's checking out the second one. You know what? Let's go to Nicola right now on the line from Toronto Animal Services. Nicola!
Hello.
Hello. How are you, my favorite animal response person? Yeah.
Person. Yeah, I'm a person. Truly, I am. I am well. How are you two?
Oh, why are you so well? Have you been?
Nicola, I'm going to throw this by Nicola.
I have to be.
Aaron and I were talking at the beginning of the show.
Not this.
And we were saying that if I said to the words "not too loud," how would you spell the word "too"?
She works for the city. Do you think she's going to know?
Wow, T-O-O.
Thank you.
Like
Let's move on, shall we?
You just...
You're forgetting I'm British. My grammar is impeccable.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. Okay.
You guys make fun of me every single week
no,
because
I'm
of
not
my
making
spelling
fun
and
of you,
my
but
speaking.
You are adamant to the fact that it's T-O.
I'm very happy to admit that I have a disability and I have ADHD, and I'm happy to admit all those things, and it's not nice that you poke fun at me for being that way.
I'm sorry.
I don't poke fun at you for being the way that you are.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with ADHD. You're just short sometimes.
You just can't spell, that's all.
Well, that's one of the things. I can't spell. But you know what? I enjoy that. And yes, Richmond, I don't have that, but Mike does. And Mike's in the mood of giving.
It would be a close tie.
Yes, it would be.
Very close.
Every single week we do Believe It or Not, but this week I thought we'd do a little bit something different. So are you ready? We're not doing Believe It or Not. Richmond, have you looked at the format?
Have I what?
Richmond, if you were getting paid for this job, I would fire you. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, he reminds me of Lloyd. Do you watch Entourage?
I do not.
Okay, well, Richmond reminds me of Lloyd from Entourage. You actually look just quite like him.
That means nothing, but I'm sure it's very accurate.
It is extremely accurate. Are we ready now, Richmond? Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Law and Order. I love this guy. I love him so much. He lives in the annex now. You guys should hang out. In Texas, there is a law against two pigs having sex on city airport property. Just want to let you know that. And we're not talking about we are talking about the ones that they keep in
porcine.
Yes.
The porcine species.
Exactly. In McDonald, Idaho, farmers cannot march a moose down a city street.
Well, no.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. People in Ohio, they're just so strange. It is illegal to ride a mule down Lang, Kansas Main Street in August unless the animal is wearing a straw hat. This is actual law. I'm not kidding you.
Okay.
Kentucky, it is also in Kentucky and Connecticut, horses are not allowed out on the streets and highways at night unless the animal has a bright red taillight securely attached to its rump.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's how I walk at night.
Yeah. With the big bright red taillight.
Well,
okay, continue.
Remember where she lives. Horses may not wear cowbells inside the city limits of Tallahassee City, California. In Washington, every cow wandering the streets of Seattle must be wearing a cowbell. Those poor cows. They're like labeled. Oregon, horses are allowed in the town's taverns if an admission fee is paid before the entry. So you can let a horse into the tavern if you pay.
That might refer to some of the patrons, though, too.
Yes. No, we're talking about
Oregon,
not Buffalo.
That was a good one. I got it.
Not Buffalo. You can't blow your nose in public places in Washington because it may scare a horse and cause it to be panicked. And last but not least, in Wanusia, New Jersey, a dog barking is breaking the law if he's heard to be crying. No, sorry, a dog is breaking the law Okay, whatever. Law and Order, brought to you by Law and Order SUV, watching on NBC and CTV every week. New episodes starting up. Stop laughing at me, Nicola!
I have no idea why he's advertising for Law and
SUV?
Order. You ever wonder why he's
Law and Order,
advertising for Law and Order
SUV?
on an animal program?
SVU. I say SVC.
SVU.
SVU.
Not
it's
Sports
SUV.
Utility Vehicle. They haven't done that episode yet.
Well, they should do one. Nicola, what's going on with you in Toronto Animal Services?
Well, I have a pet peeve. It's time for my pet peeve.
Yay.
I really should be a weekly segment, but I have one.
Go.
All right.
And here's the thing. I don't know how this gets lost on people, but I spoke to a neighbor. She said, "Oh, this is my new cat. The cat, it's great. She walks her two basset hounds. The cat walks with them. It's hilarious."
Okay.
So Maria's saying, "This is my new cat." And she said she acquired the cat because she found it as a sickly little kitten. They found the owner, and the owners had said, "Well, we didn't want it anyway, so if you want to keep it, that's fine." And what they'd done is they simply dumped it outside. A wee little kitten. So a couple of pet peeves here. If you're going to bring a pet into the household, make the commitment. You wouldn't have children and then say, "Well, I'm sick of them at 6 years of age," and put them out in the street.
Well,
See, that was our whole topic tonight. Can you afford a pet? And I said,
Yeah,
if you can't
exactly.
afford one,
so you know what?
don't have one.
You've got to think
Yeah.
about it. Can you afford it? Do you have the time, the commitment, the resources, all that kind of thing? And secondly, if you get a pet and you love it and you look after it, please have it sterilized, spayed or neutered. I know I sound like Bob Barker, but seriously, the guy has a point.
Yeah.
We've seen so many kittens come in. We had a woman walk through the X grounds with two cats in her arms, not even in a carrier. And let's just say she's a frequent flyer. Every year she brings us presents. More cats, more cats, more cats, more cats. And
Right.
apparently our message is lost on her, and unfortunately there's nothing legally we can do. But please, if you cannot have your pet spayed or neutered, then probably you need to wait until that is something that you can do.
As in afford,
that's my
right?
pet peeve.
Yeah.
Pet peeve, pet peeve, pet peeve.
Oh, huge pet peeve of mine. Same thing every day, every single day. It drives me absolutely crazy when we're doing these minor procedures on these animals, and people just don't want to do it. It's just amazing. And I always tell people when they ask me, should I get my female spayed, and I always say to them, just hang out in my clinic for 2 weeks, and when you see the number of breast cancer cases I see, you'll get your dog spayed. You try to tell them, and I don't know. The one negative about my profession is everybody thinks I have an angle, and there's no angle. It's called fact. Just join me and hang out with me, and you'll see. It's so frustrating. All I'm trying to do is tell them the good, honest truth. And I think I'm trying to make money off a spay, which, as you know, a spay and a neuter for us as a clinic is a loss leader. I do it for the health of the animals.
Don't forget the pyometras, Mike.
Oh yeah! Oh God, the pyometras. See one every couple of weeks. It's ridiculous. And for those listening, don't know what a pyometra is. It's a intact female that essentially gets a uterus infection and got a big, huge uterus full of pus that, and they can die from that. I mean, literally, it's when we do that surgery, it's life saving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a relatively less expensive spay procedure is also life-saving, and it's done early, and that's going to keep your pet healthy and happy for many years to come. And
it's funny you
if
said
law
that about
allowed
the
me to bonk people on the heads, I think I would, but I'm not allowed.
I had a pyometra about 3 weeks ago, and the animal was really sick. It was almost dying. Anyway, we spayed the animal, and the animal did amazing. And when she came in to pay her bill, and we'd gone over the estimate in the whole 9 yards, so she knew how much it was. All of a sudden, she said, "Wow, I just can't believe that's how much it is for a spay." So, I just thought, it's not a spay. You're now getting me to do something that's a lot more complicated.
Nicola,
we have no time. Sorry.
10 seconds left. We got to let you go. You have yourself a wonderful weekend. Don't drink and drive, okay?
Love you. See ya.
Love you, darling.
Bye-bye.
You love another woman.
Bye-bye.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Animal House Radio production for Joe, Janelle, Richmond, and Adriana. Dr. Mike, my name is Aaron. We will see you next week for another crazy edition of Animal House Radio.